Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I will be discussing the zodiacal sign of Gemini. People born under the sign of Gemini are smart, glib, social, and clever. Gemini is the sign of communications, and most Geminis can talk their way out of just about anything. Geminis are master of this fast comeback. They are easily bored and infinitely restless, and so they tend to leave a lot of unfinished projects in their path, along with friends who suddenly become very displeasing to the Gemini because Gemini's changed. Geminis are a bit chaotic and are not terribly dependable as a rule. Geminis like to use wit, charm, and reason to get their own way, and it usually works. There is a strong desire in the Gemini nature to want to feel superior and to impress others. They really feel a strong need to get others to think of them as being special in some way. Geminis are very spontaneous people. They tend to perceive of people in terms of their external image rather than going deeper. In a similar fashion, they like to project an image that they can identify with. This personal image of themselves is often not truly representative of the complexity of who they truly are. They like to use this image so that they can direct others' focus to it, and so protect their inner selves. This external image also makes them feel important in a world that places a huge emphasis on life's externals. Gemini is often talked about as being the sign of the twins, as if there were two people inhabiting the Gemini's physical form. Now, it is true that Gemini can be confusing because they have issues with the concept of authenticity. Gemini tends to see themselves as one thing one day, and this is who they become. Then the next day they feel differently, and so will seem like a totally different person, hence the twins label. The bottom line is that they have trouble seeing who they truly are. This is also one of the reasons that they make such outstanding actors and actresses. They are able to genuinely become many different characters in this search for authenticity. For the most part, though, most Geminis really don't know who they are, and this causes them a lot of suffering. The Gemini mind is highly susceptible to outside influences that fluctuate all the time, and in a similar fashion, you will find Gemini fluctuating with these external influences in their external search for the truth of who they are, and so it goes. An intense focus on the societal fad and that trendy new intellectual concept, and it goes on and become quite destructive. Now, negatively, Geminis can be highly nervous and restless types with the tendency to scatter themselves in multiple directions simultaneously. They take on so much that things tend to slip through the cracks. As a result, the negative Gemini can easily stand you up or arrive late or never even call at all, leaving you hanging in the wind. The immature Gemini can be emotionally cold and quite selfish as they are centered in their own heads and so caught up in whatever thought happens to be consuming them at that moment. Geminis have a tendency towards chronic insomnia because of their constantly overworking minds. When they are caught in a conflict that they are unable to look at with truthful honesty, they mentally detach. When the immature Gemini decides that they no longer want to listen to a person, the person in question is simply canceled out, as if they never existed. In other words, they can be fair weather friends. They're there when the times are good, but nowhere to be found when difficulties arise. Immature Geminis will often pretend to be something that they are not. They have both strong ego needs to be important in some way, and yet they also have a weak ego. When they present themselves as something they are not, the strain of maintaining the facade invariably ends up creating a gnawing emptiness inside of them for something more, This something more is the understanding and knowledge of their authentic selves. They need to find out who they truly are. Gemini is highly curious and inquisitive, so much so that they can lose themselves in the constantly shifting reality of their consciousness. These people must consciously work to become integrated because the general tendency is towards fragmentation. Geminis at their best are wonderful, bright, interesting conversationalists that are great fun to be around. They excel at social events and love a good party. These are highly verbal and gregarious people with a wonderful gift for talking and in their ability to take advantage of the attention that their clever words attract. They get so caught up in the moment that they lack self-consciousness and so are wonderful at getting groups of people to lighten their mood so much that they burst into laughter. Geminis can be great fun to have around. These people are generally popular and blessed with a fun-loving, light and superficial type of personality. Kind of like iridescent soap bubbles. Now, Gemini also moves quickly through a wide range of people and places. They are restless by nature and are highly stimulated by exchanges that spark their minds. These people are highly versatile and well suited to a wide range of subjects. They have curious minds that take them in many directions. Gemini learns quickly and are usually very well read. They hold a high regard for knowledge and know how to show it off to their best advantage. Geminis are highly observant and can see far more than most intelligent people. They are in tune with the times. As the great communicators of the zodiac, Geminis can communicate fluently and through many different mediums. They are always alert to new possibilities and can see things from many different perspectives. In other words, they know how to work the crowd. Depending on the circumstances, they can charm, command, or play around from moment to moment as the situation evolves. This is how they give the impression of being multiple people, and hence the twins label. When Gemini decides to seriously pursue a subject, the Gemini mind becomes a master of the undertaking. Through their intellectual expertise, they can create anything that they choose. They have the capacity to envision, connect, and communicate with precision in such a way that they can awaken the minds of others to new possibilities. This is a wonderful gift. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscription button right below this video. Take care!